Hi everyone, welcome to your reading for Leo. So on these zodiac readings for each of the signs, we're going to take a look at your astrology and your sign and see how we can correlate these messages for you. These messages are geared for those that are in recovery, that are living a life of sobriety, or living in a way that they weren't living before, and they're just trying to find their way out of past behaviors that no longer serve them. And so that's our focus for today. And for looking at the astrology is we're trying to take a look and see our strengths, our light, and our shadows, and how those shadows correlate into self-sabotaging behaviors or addiction, and seeing how we can focus on our light traits and this way to kind of negate us from our shadow traits, or at least be aware and mindful of them, so that when we have those situations come up, okay, that's what this is. I don't need to be that way, or I don't need to seek that way, or I can find another way to deal with the astrology that I'm born under, and just use it to be the light and the love that you are. So today, your major arcana card, as always, is the Strength card, and that is spot on for your sign. You're ruled by the sun, which makes it to where you want that attention, you want the spotlight, you want recognition for the things that you do and the ways that you are. And the Strength card, it makes sense. Obviously, there's a lion on it, and you are Leo the lion. But the Strength card is also having to have that kind and tender way about you, so that when you handle situations outside of you, you can go at it that way. However, in your shadow traits, when it's too much attention seeking, too prideful, too emotional or dramatic or controlling, Leos tend to become reactive when ignored or rejected. And so we're going to take a look through tarot, and the tarot that I use today for you leans into your sign. It is the Gregory Scott Tarot, and the oracle cards that I've chosen for you today also lean into your sign or your element. And your element is fire. You are strong-willed, self-assured, but you do crave that inner validation and control. And if your ego gets wounded, then it's a little bit difficult for you. So we're going to see if each week we can take a deeper dive into your astrology to see if we can balance the two sides, the shadows and the light. We definitely need the journey through the shadows, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow, that's how we can achieve that balance in our life. So let's take a look at your slippery little cards. This side says, my mind is at peace. And that is a beautiful place for a Leo to be at. When their mind is at peace, then they're not ego driven. They're not focused on the things that can cause them to do those self-sabotaging behaviors. And then a mind at peace, a mind a mind at peace, a mind focused on not harming others, is stronger than any physical force in the universe. So that is your oracle card today. And then this one just sticks out to me too. Be patient and loving with every fearful thought. Practice observing your fears as a witness, and you'll see them dissolve. Absolutely. I am patient and loving with my fearful thoughts. Absolutely. Literally what I said was, when we get into the shadows, those behaviors that no longer serve us, they are serving us in a way to be able to learn from. So we're going to let the tarot kind of show us where we're at energy-wise with our Leo collective, and just kind of take it one card at a time. It's going to show us the situation that we're in right now. Please show me the Leo situation for the collective that they're in right now. And then let's take a look at how we can best move forward. Temperance. So temperance, and I laugh because temperance, a temper with a Leo, it can go two ways. A temper with a Leo that it feels rejected, which is one of your shadow traits. When you feel rejected or ignored, that's not a good thing. So let's take a look at when a Leo feels tempered or upset, when you're really in between those stages of not having balance. Let's take a look at what that is for you, and let's ask our guides to show us ways that we can balance that. So when a Leo is in that feeling of temperance, where you're You're needing that balance. You're needing to be able to take one side and put it into another. So let's look at your shadows. Page of Wands, Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups. Let's take a look at the light. Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So with our Page of Wands, he's sticking out to me the most. You're seeking a way to be able to have that emotional balance, that emotional calm, that spark of how can I not let myself feel this way? Well, you can't kind of not let yourself feel this way because these are the emotions that you're in right now. You know, Seven of Swords literally is a card of finding a better way to deal with those emotions and those situations. And here it is, Eight of Cups. Sometimes it's just better to walk away from certain situations. When you walk away from certain situations or you take a pause, as we learn in sobriety, probably one of the best tools that we have is when we take that pause. When, just like I did when I was trying to channel that message, which way to go with this side. When we take that pause and just realize, I mean, look at this card. Just take a second, see how this card resonates with you. And if you look at it, in the background is a little teddy bear. It's a home, and then there's love flowing out of the home. And then there's a couple in the background. And Eight of Cups is typically with the Rider-Waite when you need to walk away from a situation. But it's like, what situation are you walking away from right now? Because in the back of your mind is that loving kindness, gentle soul that you want to be. And when we realize that what we need to do is take our love and our abundance for ourselves, which is a Leo really needs to focus on themselves and not what everyone else thinks about them. Because when a Leo starts thinking about what other people think about them, before they realize it doesn't matter what you're thinking about me, it matters what I think about me. And if I'm good and I'm kind and I'm loving and I'm gentle, just like the Strength card on the Major Arcana that is you, then everything is fine. But when we let those thoughts just overwhelm us, that's when we need to find a better way to think about that situation. And so our Page of Wands is really someone that's ambitious and that wants to learn something and that wants to go forward. And so once we learn what it is that we're going forward from, this is the gift, even in the shadows. As I was saying, when we work in our shadows, we have a gift of love and light on the other side. And so when we look at the other side of trying to balance our ego, let's say, because Leos are very ego focused, and it's okay to be aware of your ego, but when it gets damaged or hurt, that's when a Leo suffers. So when a Leo is more focused on them feeling good, this is what the light shows. So it shows the Three of Swords. It shows being kind and patient to yourself. And in this, she's, in my opinion, she is praying. She is praying for those thoughts to leave her. She doesn't want to have those thoughts just weighing on her mind. And so we also have the Five of Cups here, which is it is a card that evokes those emotions of possibly loss and regret, remorse, and those kind of things. They're looking at what's no longer. And what you can do is you can look at what you have. And that's one of the major points of the Five of Cups. It's what do you have? And so you have Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is being very nurturing and kind and loving and that abundance of everything. Seven of Pentacles is really that time as you're going forward on your journey. And she's really just looking at, like, let's say the pentacle in the hand is you. And she is your higher self. And she is just looking at how beautiful and kind and loving that you are. Because some of your amazing traits and how you heal yourself is literally by your heart. Ruled by your heart, your healing begins when you return to self-love and care, being playful and open to your self-expression. That's when you have that balance. When you're just like, I'm happy, I'm singing to a song, I'm dancing in the car, and I don't care who's looking. That's when you know that you're feeling good. So when you come up with situations where you're kind of feeling imbalanced, what Spirit is asking you to do is just to recognize that feeling right there that you can feel right now, when you know that you're on the right path, and that decisions, when they come up, you go from those feelings. Because here you go, when you do have those feelings, it's the Queen of Wands, and it's like the yourself is taking a bow to your higher self. Like, absolutely, that is how I want to treat myself. That is how I deal with situations when I'm out of balance, when I'm thinking I'm just going to react this one way. But as we learn in sobriety, we take those pauses, we take that moment back, and we don't, destroy the foundation that we've built. We just keep moving forward. So let's take a little bit more time to look at our light and our shadow, and let's get another message from Spirit on this light side. That's what we want to do. 9 of Wands. And so in this deck, 9 of Wands to me literally just feels like a victory. I can focus on this one thing, and I can make everything great in my life. I mean, it's just such a victorious picture. I love this deck. It's just such a beautiful deck. And I love how it leans into the Leo energy, because it really does. Queen of Pentacles. Yes. So moving forward, Spirit is asking you to be kind and loving and abundant to yourself, and be in that car and dance and have joy and share that with others, because that's what Leos love to do. Leos love to shine. So I love the ability to be able to take an astrological look at your sign and know, okay, this is what you're working with. How can we work with it together? So each week we'll take a deeper dive and take a look at different aspects that are currently going on, so that we can see, okay, this is the current energy that we are all in, and this is something that's happening to me. How best can I deal with that, with the gifts we are gifted from by when we are born? So we are going to take a last little message from, we're going to do this one first. I love these cards. These are great messages. I guess I call them oracle cards. I don't really have a name for them. So, temptation. What is tempting you at this moment may not be a wise choice. So that's a solid reminder, is again, just what I said, that feeling that you have. How does it feel? Does it feel like it's going to take you into your shadow side, which is okay, because we learn from our shadow side. But can we take a look at it from the side of our light traits? And tears of remorse. Make peace with your regrets and allow the past to guide your actions for the future. Absolutely. Especially when we're in recovery, especially when we're in sobriety. We have to take a look at our past. We have to reflect so that we know how we were and how we can be. And that's also what I want to show you with this astrology, with these readings, is how can we be? I love that. So we're going to take a look at the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle. I love these. I do these for pick a card. I love the cute little message and the illustrations. They make me feel good, and I hope they make you guys feel good too. And as always, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed just yet, go ahead and please do so. And then I'm going to group these videos into a playlist. So no matter when these videos find you, go ahead and watch them, because they're timeless. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Absolutely. Lay a solid foundation. So I feel on this one, we're just going to take a brief moment and look at number 6. And we're just going to get a little bit more of a message for you guys before I let you go. If I can find number 6, 17, 14, 12, 9, 7, 6. Okay. The message that speaks out to me is get busy now. Beaver Spirit says this is not a time to procrastinate, but a time to start building again. Always mindful of the foundation you are laying. trusting that spirit is co-creating with you. You are never alone, especially now that you have found that you want a better way for your life. You have found your path that lies ahead of you. You can stay in the shadows, or you can learn from the shadows, and you can move towards the light. If you would like a personal reading, just feel free to reach out to me. You can leave a comment, or you can email me. My email is in the description. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.